Listen up.
We don't have any other panzer experts, do we? You're just a panzer leader. No, what I want is armor officer. Like Gott. Gott's got engineer too. You're going to be a weird choice, but we're going to do this. Gott's going to get the promotion. Congratulations. Gott's going to be in charge of the tanks. He's going to be my offensive commander, even though he's got a level 6 defense, but never mind. And then my defensive forces will need to be commanded by somebody else. Possibly Wintringham? Wintringham could work. He has got good defensive skill. Let's go with Wintringham. Click on the volunteers, then the Air Force map. Whoops. Yes, the British Air Force. The ships.
Let's go.
Oh, deselect them.
Orders.
Oh, it also deselects them here, but it doesn't deselect this.
Ready.
Oh, no it doesn't. You're right. Maybe I am being stupid. I'm being stupid. Okay, so apparently they can attach, but apparently that's also bugged, so not going to. I think I can use these. It's fine.
Ready, sir.
So you guys have arrived at Chicago. I really need to be on the ball here. I want to try and grab the East Coast as quickly as possible. So what we are going to do is deploy... Now, we're going to try and nail Washington. Like so. And then we can turn around and go after New York. Or maybe I should go after New York now. Let's see if I can grab New York immediately, because if they start to really entrench there, it's a problem. With the Second American Civil War raging on, as well as a number of other conflicts ready to break out at any time across the world, the Internationale has to redefine its approach towards global revolution. Since the first Congress, the Internationale took place in France, many activists believe it would be the best to make Britain the second host. Yeah, absolutely. Shall be disbanded? What? 85% stability. Get in.
Ready, sir.
And there we go. Pockets dead. Excellent. So, how do we go off to Kazan? I do think we continue... Trying to see where all of their factories are. We could try and take out the Caucasus. See if we can cut across to Alash Order. I mean, it may leave some fairly thin front lines, and in fact it kind of looks like that's already happening. So we need to find a way of shortening the front line. In fact, yeah, taking this... it's going to be a gamble, is the problem. Soviet Russia just needs to keep on pumping out more divisions. Yeah, sod it, we're doing that.
Commands.
Where's the thinnest line? Probably is actually here, and then we can grab all of these towns at the same time. So let's start from here and go for this. Making sure that we go via the towns. How do you make those much smaller front lines? So instead of just clicking, which I assume is what you're doing, where you just click and it does the whole front line, you hold down a button and then draw it.
Ready.
So go front line, and then yeah, you just hold it down rather than clicking. Hold down right mouse button. The word Russia actually translates in English to very thin front lines. Do not invade. I think that's beautiful. Alright, so let's go and expand Lothian. Edinburgh, the old capital of Scotland, is the second largest city, has lagged behind the rest of Britain in its industrial development. Let us awaken Edinburgh and let all of Lothian's true potential be known. I think was supposed to be like an addition to the end of that.
Listen up!
We're still in the air zone. Can we be any closer, though, is the other question. Maybe? Not really, but kind of. I think you're actually going to be better there. We are still working on the refineries. I mean, those refineries are going to take some time to build. How many planes do the Russians have? Not many. 170 maybe? That's roughly what we're bringing to the fight. Start north of the river, because if you follow the river it leads straight to Kazan. Oh, I see what you mean. Well, we can punch down the bottom and then we can go to the top and then punch across here. But I think what I want to do is try and cut off the Caucasus, because then all of this industry will be relatively easily defended. Ooh, that's a big one. In fact, there are two big ones here. Rostov and Kuban. Maybe I want to take Rostov first. No, I think we want to try and get this cut off established. And you lot go. The 1937 Spartacade. The first Spartacade's opening ceremony was held in Manchester and attended by dignitaries and athletes from around the socialist world. The British team carried the torch and the French team the hammer, and the other teams carried the pieces of the cog to the location where they were to be assembled. When placed together, they were formed the international symbol for syndicalism. What a glorious day for the working man. And yeah, I know Hearts of Iron does stupid calculations of their stuff. I just prefer if it actually makes more sense in my head. Only time it matters would be the close air support. Anyway, ships are done. Oh wow, ships are actually done. I think I wish to start building a couple of convoys because I don't like having so few. So let's just build up our surplus for a time. That also means that we're going to have a couple of really big boats. So I think basically you two can get another heavy carrier each. Realised you never got saved. So you're the High Seas Fleet. And then we have two fast battleships, which could also be added to these. So you're both going to need, let's say, another 5 destroyers. Didn't save it again, did I? Cursors! There we are, saved. And then an extra fast battleship each, or I could put some more fast battleships in here. No, I think my home fleets want the extra. or we can start adding some to the recon fleets. I kind of like that idea too. You know what? Recon fleets are going to start coming with one fast battleship. Because I do like having some capital ship, like, reinforcement. So that if they get intercepted by anyone, that fast battleship can just blow them out the water. And the fast battleship should, touch wood, be fast enough where they can keep escaping. 21 kilometers, 30. Are you just going to slow my fleets down? It's because you've been built with level 1 engines. Even though you're like a super advanced hull, your engines still suck. No, this is silly. Oops. Cancel that. These are recon, which no longer have this. Save. Back to it. Can just get away with doing this. Much easier. And then we're going to add another fast battleship to each of these. So these are the home fleets. 3, save, okay. Like so. Cool.
Pushing them back, sir!
You two are not being massively successful against these American units, are you? No, sir. You're not.
Under fire!
And I feel like you're just wasting resources currently. So we've already got a cutoff here for the Americans. There's a nice open area. There aren't any. Let's go and just clear up this river. Whoops. No, don't do that.
Move out!
And do this. Better.
Commands!
And then you two, are you in place? You're in place. You have full preparation? Magnificent! Go! Outcome of the Spartacade. We got a few medals in the events, but not enough for our team to be the winner. Neither good nor bad.
Yes, sir!
How about you go and attack the place with the airbase? The John McClane explodes! The John McClane, named after the first president of the Union of Britain, was the largest airship to have ever been built. She was constructed in 1935 as a propaganda tool, intended to show the world the achievements of the Union of Britain. In 1936, she made her maiden voyage and soon started making regular traffic to Paris. Today, as she was about to dock at the Paris airfield, she burst into flames and crashed to the ground. 35 people out of the 97, plus one of the ground crew, died. Tragedy. Inauguration of the Second International Congress. With all the delegates in London, the Second Congress, the Internationale, began with a speech made by Eric Blair. In his so-called Shield and Sword speech, he underlined the need for the Internationale to double its efforts towards forging the Damocles weapon, capable of destroying the reactionaries across the world once and for all. 91% stability. Get in. The American question. On the second day, the delegates discussed the most pressing matter, the development of the Civil War in America. With Long and the federal government pushing the CSA on the defensive, the decision was made to send additional help to Reading's followers. Resources. Weapons. Industrial machines, or cannot spare anything. We're going to do everything. We will do all we can to support our American brothers and sisters. Hemingway's speech. With the American question settled, Ernest Hemingway, the syndicalist delegate to Congress, took the stage. He thanked all those who had supported the CSA's cause and called to the socialist world to constantly battle the reactionaries. The speech was received with great applause, especially by the French delegation. Syndicalism spread to the Philippines. Having just achieved independence from the United States, the Philippines today face perhaps the most serious challenges any new country could face, and successfully went communist. Usually a dark day for us all, but in this instance, huzzah. Cambridge Conference. Along with the politicians in London, a separate meeting of scientists from France and Britain took place in the old University of Cambridge. It was decided that the syndicalist countries would combine their research in order to develop a weapon capable of protecting the revolution from the increasingly aggressive imperialist threat. Knowledge is power. Study hard. Be evil. And we can support the CSA, which I think I would like to do. Chile requests support. The Chileans have asked for assistance in improving their army in the face of hostile imperialist forces such as Argentina. Bordered on virtually all sides by threats, Chile's position might be increasingly precarious without our help. We cannot let Chile fall.
Ready, sir!
The Spartacade has ended, and it has been the most tremendous success with a great many people enjoying the games. It was a very good move to join the Spartacade in the Olympics for the working class. You know what, I'm not going to put you here, I'm going to put you here.
Yes, sir!
No. Italian Republic has joined the Donau Ariabund. We're still lacking tanks. Supply blocked. We're not going to... Oh, because we have no ports. Interesting. Base strike. Done. We actually have a lot of naval experience. So I think at this juncture, I'm going to go for carrier primacy. And we will spend the points on this. Furthermore, I need to double check you. You are basically fully trained. I know there's 2 ships here that aren't, but eh. What am I missing? Oh, you don't have the destroyer requirement saved. Now you do. Better. We have another fast battleship and another improved carrier on the way. Righto. Oil processing. Done. Yeah, I know my oil supplies are running low. I'm hoping that as we develop new oil buildings, that gets better. We definitely need. Because machine guns... How's the construction coming? So we got one of them done, the other one's still under construction. The death of Philip Snowden. Philip Snowden, aged 73, passed away in his house in Tilford, Surrey. Although he resigned from the chairman's post almost a year ago, his authority and influence in the Union was unprecedented. During his funeral, the chairman of the TUC stated that Comrade Snowden has left us, but his ideas shall live on forever. The ceremony has turned out to be one of the greatest public manifestations of patriotism since the revolution of 1925. Totalist in the Bharatiya Commune. As the leader of Bharatiya's Commune's Maximist faction and as recently elected head of state, Subhash Chandra Bose gave a fiery speech to the electrified crowd in Calcutta today, promising that his new totalist government would do whatever it took to deal a death blow to the colonial lapdogs. Alright, so we have got all of the industrial stuff done. So now we can work on the military slots. Focus on helping our syndicalist workers expand the military industry in the area of Gloucestershire. That is Gloucestershire, not Gloucestershire. With all important decisions being made during the first week, the Congress has moved on to less pressing matters. After 10 days of negotiations, discussion and politicking, the delegates came up with one final act, a declaration of eternal brotherhood and readiness to face the imperialists, wherever they are to be found. 95% stability. Ha! Bring on the construction speed bonuses. 18% bonus. Not bad. So hopefully the war against Germany is going to be a defensive one. Though I think generally the syndicalist one is an offensive war. These new KFC sandwiches, gross. KFC sandwich with Cheetos and Cheeto sauce on it. You won't ever beat the KFC wraps. I love those things. They're amazing. And King James, 1936. Thank you very much for the follow. I apologise, I missed that one earlier. Aha, CNTFAI is at war. Ever since the defeat of Napoleon, Spain has been plagued by violence, dissent and turmoil. No amount of pleading, deal-making and appeasement has managed to do more than paper over the cracks until the tensions have bubbled. Finally, they boiled over and the Spanish kingdom has been ripped apart in a three-sided civil war. So we need you two to split out again. And we need, well, actually... How come you lot have lost so much experience? How come you lot stopped training? Okay. New army, too late. I think we're just going to get David Sterling a little bit of experience here. And we shall send those to CNTFAI. Send volunteers. Sterling. Send. And we're also going to send you 10% of my gun output. You have enough convoys. Well, actually, I have enough convoys. Do you have enough? You have 100. So, no. Short answer. Let's get you 100 units. Which is going to be the majority of what I have left. So be it. We'll build some more. The anarcho-syndicalist uprising. Spain is collapsing into anarchy, and the CNTFAI is our brother in supporting the cause of the working class. We shall defend... Oh, we shall send aid at once. Publicly support. Absolutely. Unfortunately, they won't have a field marshal. Alright, you don't seem to be doing a lot of anything. Come on, people.
Let them have it!
The 1937 Dutch elections. Despite the degeneration of domestic policies and the rise of the powerful left electoral bloc, the ruling CNA coalition was able to hold on to the recent elections, albeit with a weakened majority unwilling to countenance a coalition with the Liberals or the right. The Conservative bloc has decided to govern alone. We declared war on Ecuador. Okay, I have a feeling that this war against the USA is going to be more of a grind than I'd expected. Due to a shared hatred for Bulgaria's growing power, Greece has decided to enter the Belgrade Pact with Serbia to take down Bulgaria once and for all. This could very well shake the power balance in the Balkans. Speaking of which, actually, I do want to edit you to add artillery because you don't currently have any. And that should help your damage output quite nicely. Also, we are really nearly out of fuel now.
Let's go! Let's go!
Wakanda. No, communism forever! Flanders Wallonia took 2 states. Flanders was annexed. Turkestan declared war on Alish order, and my 2 units have just arrived. So, do I want to promote another field marshal? And if so, who? Paget? Who are the ones that get the promotion cost reduction? Wintringham, but he gets less experience, which I don't much like. We're going to promote Paget. Congratulations. Alright, so you guys... No, I think I'm going to have you rushing for something. Probably out here in the middle. Are we going to try and just cut them in half? That's going to take up a lot of manpower, though. We should probably just try to take out the Carlists. Lots of hills here in the center. I think that's probably where we'll form up. On this side of the river, with the attention... Oops.
Ready, Ready to move.
Oh, 'cause three-way civil war, you can't get planning preparation. Bah humbug. Well, you guys are getting your asses handed to you. What's changed? Albania has joined the Donau Area Bund. Middle Africa declared war on Portugal. The Mozambique Bush War. Though there are some that believe that the old-fashioned colonial wars are a relic of the Welsh Creek era. Huzzah! Recent events in Africa have shown that man's thirst for battle on the Dark Continent is not any immediate danger of abating. Comeback Finns, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime resub. Thank you very, very much. 2 months now, that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm guessing the news is from the German perspective. It is, yes. Like, everything in this is pretty much from the German perspective. Okay, so it does look like we're going to be able to push back the horsemen so we can get to the river. Get to the river! And then maybe we'll try to consolidate these territories so it's more of a flat line. Or we could try and launch another attack on Philadelphia just so we can get this northern area cut off. I just want to make sure we have the river so we're defending the river. Now we definitely need to buy in at least one more oil. And also I just realized your imports suck. So we're going to buy them from Peru. And Colombia can do us another full set. As can Venezuela. Oh, that was actually enough. No it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Let's get 2 from you. There we go. That'll allow me to build up a little bit of a surplus before the war breaks out. Although we still have like 2 years.